Hello everyone, welcome to the video.
Oh, yeah,
We start off
right.
with run 235, where a
Dude,
trident
I
round is
swear
throwing
they're gonna
tridents at
stab
me while I'm trying to loot this shipwreck,
Gosh,
which
I'm
gives
gonna
me a
get
lot of
mad right
iron,
now.
so kind of nice. It's actually way more than
Dude,
enough
it's
iron.
here.
And
It's actually just in my
anyways,
face.
this drowned with a
Lava
trident
pops. Right.
spawned near me. Now, drowned with tridents are kind of rare. I don't know. Spawning with the trident is pretty rare. It's a slight percent chance. And they are extremely overpowered, and this one really wants me dead, which is kind of annoying. But luckily, I think I'm good. I craft myself some basic tools from the shipwreck, take my buried treasure, and instantly just start going to it. Oh, that guy's
Okay,
right
we're fine.
behind, right under me. Jeez. But luckily,
Okay, so I
now
need
this
to go
guy's
which
under
way?
me, meaning he can't
What is
escape.
that?
And I can go over to this treasure map now.
Southwest.
So, yay! Anyways, on my quest to find lava, I started digging at Y11 at 7 minutes. And it took me until 9 minutes and 30 seconds to find
Dude, it's a
lava
freaking
pool,
lake.
which is 2.5
Bro.
minutes of digging.
Dude.
Holy! That is a long time of digging. It usually does not take that long. Also, nice portal.
I don't
But
think
yeah,
there's a
it usually does not take me that long to find a gosh darned thing. So yeah, a lot of digging, and I'll show you in spectator mode after the run is complete. I dug for a very long time. It was very funny. And the rest of the run went very simply. If you don't know how a normal speedrun of mine goes, is I'll first go to either a fortress or a bastion, depending on which is closer to me, and my spawn point. I'll kill some mobs for food. And kill some mobs for food. There's a fortress. I think that's a fortress right behind me there. It is. So I spawn by a fortress. I'll go into the fortress, get my blaze rods, and then E-ray for a bastion. Or I'll go to a bastion and E-ray for a fortress. But generally, I'm just going to go to a fortress and bastion and get my my blaze rods and ender pearls to complete the end portal. And then I'll use a stronghold calculator, as you can see in the bottom left, to find where the stronghold is. And then I'm going to go there in the nether and build a portal. However, on this specific run, I had a lot of obsidian. It was actually kind of insane how much obsidian I have. Also, look at the L over there. Really beautiful. But I had a lot of obsidian on me, so I decided to do something very, very cool, which was I had 22 leftover obsidian, so I made a very wide portal for fun. Yeah, so I kind of made my portal 4 wide, and lit it. So that's a very wide portal, and it actually put me in the stronghold, so that was really cool. So yeah, very, very funny portal. And usually in a normal run, I'll get into the stronghold, I'll do my pie chart method to find out the general direction of the portal room. If the big orange thing is big, that means the portal room is generally in this direction. Unfortunately, this time it doesn't really work as well. Oh, it does. Nice. So I know the portal room's in this direction. From here, I'll enter the end, wait for the dragon to perch, and one cycle the dragon. And that's how a normal run of mine goes. From here on, I'm only going to show you things that are out of the ordinary, are funny things that happen on each speedrun that make this challenge so cool. And without further ado, let's go into the rest of the highlights. Aww, I just realized I didn't go into spectator after the run. I'm so sorry. The only thing I did was I said this line. That long dig was so funny. And unfortunately, we never got to see how long the dig was. On the next run, 236, I found a village on my pie chart, so I started going towards it. And it's an abandoned village, and also taiga, which is pretty rare. Abandoned villages are, I think, like 5% or something. Also, there's a blacksmith, which gives me literally nothing, but kind of cool. But yeah, very interesting abandoned taiga village here. Taiga villages are already pretty rare, so an abandoned one is even rare, which is pretty cool. And yeah, great stuff.
The rarest item in the game. Let's go. Let's go.
Also, here's a fun fact about large ferns. Large ferns, if you shear a large fern, like this thing right here. If you hit it with shears, it'll drop 2 normal ferns, and if you place them down, you just get this. The only way to acquire a large fern item is through Taiga Village chest, I'm pretty sure. You can't place like 2 ferns on top of each other and get this. So it's really weird that like this item is really hard to get despite being everywhere in the overworld.
I don't know if I want to go.
Anyways, while I was digging down on this seed, the most chaotic stuff happened, so I'll just let the clip roll.
Jeez. I just did a whole loop-de-loop on them. Oh, shoot. No! Oh crap, this is not good. Bed.
Okay. What's funny is this bed actually can't spawn me anywhere. So if you look over here, when I place the bed, there's no valid place for the bed to spawn me on. So if I would have died right here, the bed actually wouldn't have worked. Secondly, all my stuff would have burned in the lava. So if I died here, I would just been straight dead. But I clutched this out pretty well. I first fall into this ravine here. Well, I first get this cave, and then I fall into the ravine. The zombie actually punches me, but I still MLG this, which is really impressive. Despite being punched by a zombie. The zombie jumps on me, which isn't too bad, because I can just kill it. But then 2 more zombies jump out of nowhere, and they actually get me pretty low here.
Bed.
Yeah, luckily I have an iron chestplate from the blacksmith, and I see another zombie coming down here, but I place these 2 blocks so it can't get close to me, and quickly hit it away with my axe, and kill that guy as well. And now I'm safe. That was really scary. Also, this water I placed kind of saved my life, but I could have done way better. I could have like placed on the ground where my feet was and just pushed them away, but still, that water helped a lot. And I quickly just blocked myself in, and I am safe. And for some stupid reason, I don't eat a single piece of food. Oh, I'm planning to hunger reset, that's why. Okay, I got really confused. I was like, well, I'm not eating anything. I was planning to hunger reset, so that's why I'm just not doing anything. I decided instead to die to fall damage, because I'm not sure if I can hunger reset. Yeah, see, that would happen. So yeah, that's fun. Oh, also, let me explain what the hunger reset is. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my spawn near me and die. And when I respawn, my stuff is going to generally be in that hole there, you see? And I can pick it up, and notice that my tools are generally, like, sorted in their correct slots. So this is what's called a hunger reset, where, I basically was, or had the same inventory, like, a few seconds ago, but now I have full health and hunger, so it's just a way of conserving food, which is pretty nice. Also, because I grabbed, like, 20 beds, for whatever reason, I decided to just set my spawn here, just in case I die, because there's no reason to hold, like, 10 beds on you. So I just, like, leave the beds here, just in case I die, I can, like, respawn easily. And I completely messed up this portal, because I'm so good at this game. Anyways, I didn't die. The bed in the whatever place it was kind of useless. But, I come over to this spawner, I'm looking at my Ninja Brain bot for good cords or whatever. And I take this blue bed out. I noticed that I threw away most of my beds because I really didn't need them. Like, it's kind of useless to use them. But when I blaze bed here, you can see there's ancient debris.
That's happened so many times recently.
Also some lava, which is really nice. Delicious warm cheese. You know, my favorite. But my blaze luck is horrible this run. I don't know if I ever went into my stats. But, I had horrible blaze luck. So blazes have a 50% chance of dropping rods, but of course, like probably know for a fact that like I can get really unlucky and like kill like 20 blazes and not get a single rod, right? Because RNG isn't like, it's not guaranteed that blazes will drop a rod, or every 2 blazes drop a rod. It's just kind of like an RNG thing. And on this run, so at some point I am
5 for 20
in blaze luck. The odds of this happening are shown on screen here. This is stupid. And yeah, I'm just getting stupid and lucky. Like, you're supposed to get a blaze rod every 5 blazes you kill. But, oh, nice. What am I crafting? But, unfortunately, on this run, I got a blaze rod for every 4 blazes I killed instead of, you know, the normal 2. And it kills 3 more blazes here. And I believe none of them drop rods here.
This is the most atrocious.
So 5 for 23 odds of this. Also, the spawner doesn't spawn either. Like, it doesn't want to spawn blazes whatsoever. Like,
I don't know what's happening.
it doesn't spawn blazes, and the blazes don't drop. It's hilarious. I got 6 for 24, mind blowing. And that one doesn't drop either. 6 for 25, 7 for 26, and I am out of there. And finally, when I don't need the blazes anymore, the blaze spawner spawns. And even better, I spawn at Y13.
I spawn in a cave at Y13.
This is pretty rare. Usually when you're building your nether portal at like Y16 and nether, you should spawn like on the surface of the overworld. Spawning at Y13 in a cave is basically the lowest you can go, which is really dumb because you usually don't spawn low if you don't build it low in the nether. So, you know, I just get the 6 for like what, 26 blaze luck, sorry, 7 for 26 blaze luck, and the Y13, like Y13 whatever, the portal, which is just great, you know. Game really loves me. My blind ended up being average. So blind distance is basically when you make a random nether portal in the nether, you can spawn like close to a stronghold. It really just, it's purely luck. Like you build another portal, it can be close to the stronghold, it can be far. 1,100 blocks away from the stronghold is generally average. So at least I got something average this run, not like extremely unlucky stuff. So a fortunate / unfortunate thing happens. So I'm trying to find myself a bastion, of course, right? And I'm also trying to find myself a fortress, right? So generally, for bastions and fortresses spawn pretty far away in the nether, but there's a rare chance they can spawn close together. And in Minecraft speedrunning, we call this type of structure a fashion, which basically is a play of fortress and bastion. And while I look around on my small screen here, this is a screen I use to mitigate fog. Like fog will be less pronounced when I stretch my render distance. There's a bastion here, and if you look over there, that is a fortress right over there. That's a fortress. So I have the 2 structures close together, which is pretty lucky. But unfortunately, if you look also here, there is no way for me to get to this bastion. Also, you can see the fog effect is really less when I do my strat. But there is no terrain. There's no land. It's just a huge, massive lava lake here, which is really bad. Of course, because like I can't get to my bastion. And it's just kind of unfortunate that like I got the 2 structure combo, but I didn't get myself the terrain, the ability to walk over there, which is just kind of sad.
Crazy.
Anyways, I make it to the bastion, hip hip hooray. The first chest I see gives me 2 gold blocks and some cooked pork chops, which is really nice. So now there's big hoglins attacking me. Kind of rude. I craft myself some gold armor because that's what you do, so piglins don't attack me. And I tried lava bucketing these hoglins. And I eventually get both of them, and they burn and die and suffer. Yippee. Oh, this one didn't. This one didn't burn and die and suffer. How rude. But unfortunately, this bastion is a stables, and stables is a bastion that is slightly inconsistent. So there's a chance for certain like ramparts to spawn. So there's like 5 different places of stables. So there's gaps, which are the bottom of stables, and there's ramparts, which are the top of stables. And basically, so these are gaps. That there's a gap there and a gap right here. So basically, they can either be called good gaps or bad gaps. Good gaps have gold blocks, and bad gaps don't have gold blocks. And each is a 50% chance. So if I get both bad, which is 1/4, there's a chance I get no gold blocks. And unfortunately, both sides here are bad gaps. So it's really bad. So, but anyways, I loot both chests. I get 10 gold from one of the chests, and this one doesn't give me any gold, sadly. And there's another part of stables that can get me more chests, which is ramparts, which is top of the bastion. So I'm going to climb these stairs here. Sorry, I'm actually going to loot this chest first. So if we go up these stairs, there's also ramparts. So there's 3 ramparts in total, and there's, I believe, 3 different spawns. there can either be 1 chest, 2 chests, or 3 chests and gold blocks. This is a 2 chest.
No.
Which is kind of unlucky because I don't really want a 2 chest. I want the one with gold blocks.
Fully dripped out.
But what's really lucky here is I see I have 3 piglins here, and I decided to start trading with them.
Yeah, you guys will frag out.
And this trading actually goes pretty successfully, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So there's 3 piglins and 32 gold to go through, which is quite a bit. So I quickly throw them most of my gold and explore other parts of the bastion, right? So for example, there's 2 other ramparts, one over there on the top and one behind me and up. So if I explore those 2 ramparts, I can probably get like maybe a triple chest. And
No, they're all stuck down.
also try to get more piglins here, but there's just none. But I can try to get a triple chest and more gold blocks.
Okay, well, I'll give up.
But when I come back up here, which I actually have a fire res trade and a pearl trade, and I have 8 pearls. So I'm like, wait, I actually might pull this. I get 2 fire res, which is huge. Usually don't get that much when you're doing this. I get another fire res, so I'm basically good on fire res. And I actually get another pearl trade, so I have enough pearls to actually go to the end portal and complete it, which is amazing. I can't throw any of them though, but you know, that's enough to get to the end portal and everything. So because I know that the fortress is kind of close by, oh nice, good job. I kind of just book it that way, because I don't know, you know the fortress is there, you just go fortress. So I quickly just kind of book it. I have a lot of fire res, which is also really nice, so I don't really have to worry about maybe accidentally falling in love and dying and losing everything because I have fire res. And I just quickly book my way towards the fortress.
Please tell me it's this way.
But unfortunately I forgot where exactly it was. And unfortunately this ends up being a treasure bastion. I'm actually not too sure if what I saw was actually a fortress and I missed it. And I went the other way and got a treasure bastion, or if the thing I saw earlier was just simply a treasure bastion. But the great thing about the treasure bastion, nonetheless, is I can now trade. Treasure bastion is guaranteed to have gold, so I know for a fact that I can get pearls and stuff now. Also a hoglin appears out of nowhere. But yeah, that was kind of hype for a second, but now it's not hype. Finally, you might be wondering what the title of the video actually is. Like, what's a zero cycle? Well, a zero cycle is basically a type of end fight where you build up to the dragon while it's flying in the air and kill it. So this run I almost get a 0. I don't actually hit the 0, but I almost get the 0. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to pearl at the dragon. The dragon's over there right now. I'm going to throw some pearls, and then I'm going to basically build up, and I'm going to set some obsidian down so the dragon can eat it and it can place beds.
Will it fly away? That's a question.
And I get really close to the 0 cycle here. I think I'm going to get it here, because I get 3 beds down. It's almost dead, but unfortunately that bed was just a bit early, and it doesn't actually die. This bed unfortunately doesn't kill it, and I get knocked off. Are you kidding me, dude? No. Oh my gosh. That was the closest thing I've ever had to a 0. Also, what's really stupid here is that now that I've more experience with 0, I'm looking back at this. When I blow up this bed here, I could have just blown this bed up right now, and that would have just killed the dragon, because I have no health left. Unfortunately, I waited for it to... Even I could have blown it up. At this point, I can't really blow it up. But even at this point, I also could have blown it up early. It actually didn't do any damage, unfortunately. Which is kind of unlucky. I think because it actually ate it or something. I'm not too sure what happened. Oh yeah, because the dragon ate it here. So if I timed it a bit earlier, I also would have killed the dragon. I got so close here. Very unlucky that I missed it here. But as you know, I did hit a 0 cycle this video, just not this run. But because of this, I got really close, and I know for a fact that I can probably do it in future runs. So next run I had was kind of weird. I found myself a ruined portal here. I'm trying to find the chest, because I need obby, or obsidian rather. If I go into my inventory, which I probably never do, I only have 16 obsidian. And I need 20 obsidian to build 2 portals in the nether, which is really useful. Because if I can build 2 portals, I can like I spy into the stronghold exactly. Like build another portal and just be under in the stronghold, which is really cool. And this one only have 16, which is kind of sad. But there's this room portal here, and if you notice about the room portal, it's actually pretty completable and in blind cords. So I basically copy the coordinates of this room portal, and I actually throw a pearl at it to do a pearl hang. Also an ender might spawn, that's hilarious, but I throw a pearl at it and do a pearl hang, so I can run to the fortress, and when I'm done with the fortress, I can unload the chunk with the pearl in it. Also I spawn a lot of hoglins, but oh well. I can basically unload the pearl and the pearl's gonna land, and I can land or spawn where the pearl once was, basically. And that's a play I do because this way I can actually do my 20 obby strategy. Because nice. So do I have fire arrows? I do. Okay. And also, wow, that's a lot of hoglins. I can now do the very funny 20 obby strategy because the rune portal. I can make a portal with less than 10 obsidian. And yeah. So eventually I do end up finding the blaze spawner, and I turn my resistance down. So just to make sure I don't accidentally unload the pearl. I end up going around in a circle here, which is kind of stupid. Before actually making my way to oh, okay, I thought it was nether brick for a second. Dark road planks to the blaze spawner. So I think I'm kind of close to my pearl. So I just try to run this down to 2 just in case it lands. I make 6 respawn anchors. Holy moly, that's a lot of anchors. And yeah, fun stuff. So eventually I get enough blaze rods and I release my pearl hang and bam, I'm right there. Oh, I have 19 obsidian. I'm right there by the rune portal. I complete it and I just go right through it. Like, look how clean that is. That's really cool. And unfortunately it puts me in a cave, and I'm actually kind of far from the surface. So I do what's called educated travel, where I throw one eye and then get the general angle of it, go back into the nether and kind of follow that angle, and then I'll go to like a certain I'll go around in the nether, and then I'll make another portal like in that general direction, and it's gonna put me closer to the stronghold, because of course 1 block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld, so it's just a bit faster.
So this is gonna
and I eventually make my second portal. It actually is pretty successful. The stronghold was only 500 blocks from my location, while it used to be like around 1,700. So I saved a lot of time and traveling with that amazingly good placed nether portal.
I feel like the stronghold's here.
And yeah, I kind of just go into the stronghold because that's what the calculator tells you. And yeah, we're good. But what's really funny is that also I was checking my run, because remember how I said I went into circle? Yeah, that was pretty funny. Okay, so here was my rune portal, and then the fortress was actually like ridiculously close. I just didn't go the correct direction. So
okay, awkward. Where was the fort?
So the fort was actually really close to my portal, as you can see here. I kind of just went the wrong way, so when I pearl hanged, I went to the right instead of going straight forward. I went around here before finally coming back into the blaze spawner here. If you see it, if I traveled straight forward, I would have landed straight into the blaze spawner and just saved a ton of time. I see, like that right there. So what I could have done, but yeah, that was basically that. The other blaze spawner was all the way there somehow, and I definitely would not have found it in a million years. But what's even funnier is that I checked my blind here, and it was 1,700 blocks away, really far. But I go exactly at the angle of 20 here, and I see I built my portal here. But I thought to myself, what if I went a little farther, you know? And what if I say built my portal right here, you know? What would happen? Oh no! Wait, what? Wait. What? Right. Yeah, if I would have built my portal there, I would have spawned in the stronghold. Anyways, in run 239, I saw this blacksmith up there on the hill, as you can probably see. pretty cool stuff. So I went over to the blacksmith, looted it, and it gave me 2 iron, which is not bad. Definitely progress on the way to getting iron pick, etc. What's really great about this village is that there was another blacksmith. So as I ran over here, I saw the blacksmith house.
There is another one. Oh my goodness.
And I went over to take a look. And inside was another piece of iron, so it's not bad. I also have half iron. I don't have a chest plate for whatever reason, but I do have half iron armor. And I can make myself a lovely iron pickaxe. Great stuff. And yeah, just solid blacksmith. This overworld is also actually juiced as heck. Because I think at spawn, I remember seeing a lava pool. So I basically had this double blacksmith village, which I'm leaving at kind of like 4 minutes because I suck at this game. But double blacksmith with the lava pool at spawn, and I can't find a single piece of gravel in this river. But yeah, just amazing overworld in general, really nice. And you can see there indeed was a lava pool at spawn, which just was amazing, honestly. Anyways, I came towards Sebastian to find out that it's across a massive lava. Is that the fortress? What? But it's across a giant lava lake, which is very inconvenient because you can't get across. But there are Endermen next to me, as you can possibly tell. So I go ahead and kill one of them. I get a pearl, which I don't think you can actually throw it across that gap. Maybe you can. I don't want to risk it because if I miss, I'm dead, right? So I throw it down to this nice little platform down here. Because it's a convenient platform for me to throw a pearl onto. There's another Enderman right here. Kill this guy. This guy drops a pearl, and this terrain makes me, or carries me right over to the bastion. And I throw my pearl up here onto the bastion. And I'm just able to make my way to the golden chalice, which you can see over there. So just a really clean and nice bastion, honestly. And also Zombified Piglins make all the actual Piglins run away, so we are simply vibing. Anyways, this bridge bastion was extremely scuffed. All the Piglins that spawned on this bastion jumped off of it, so they just didn't exist. A bunch of them actually ended up down there. See, there's only 4 Piglins on this side. But what I realized was, you know, there's a lot of Piglins down here on the ground, right? So if I do something like this, right, I get the Piglins from on the bastion and off the bastion, right? Because you see I'm getting a ton of pigs here. And I kind of just improvise a nice little bastion route here. And there's still a few Piglins here and there that I can use to get into my hole. So, very weird bastion. Interesting route I took. Very interesting route. And, oh well, I kind of got the Piglins to get into the bastion. So that's cool. Despite me doing such an amazingly cool bridge bastion route, the game kind of hates me. It gives me a 32 chunk fortress and gives me 9 obsidian. I don't know why. I think I made the game mad, unfortunately. But my fortress was literally about 32 chunks away and I just got 9 obsidian. Don't know why, but stuff happens. Luckily, I grabbed the backup blocks of bridge. So if you don't know, bridge has 2 backup block locations. Despite bridge, oh nice. Despite bridge having the most gold, like on start, you have like 16 gold blocks on start. It also has, I believe, 2 more backups. Backup 1 has up to backup 1 has up to 4 gold blocks. Backup 2 has up to 2 gold blocks, I believe, or 3. And I had to have both of the backups, so approximately like 22 gold blocks traded just to get 11 obsidian. In addition, none of the bastion chests had a single piece of obby, which is really unlucky. So yeah, massive bridge L. But the rest of the run went very normally, including my signature 2k blind when it's a good run. Because of course it would be a 2k run, like why would it not? And yeah. But when I enter the end, something very cool happens. So, you know how I've been talking about 0 cycles? Well, actually, just if you looked at the title of the video, you probably would know. But, you know, something very cool happens when I enter the nether, end here.
You get
craft a ton of beds, and I am ready for the zero cycle. I eat a
That's how
gapple
Bed Wars works, dude.
just so you know. I have max health. Craft the rest of my Eyes of Ender, and we are ready. And from here on, I'm just going to stop talking and let the clip play out. Let's watch me attempt a zero cycle.
What is a
Zero cycle. It's like the bed thing, right?
Wait. I actually might be able to do it. Someone watch. I actually might be able to do this. Wait, this might be hype.
Oh yeah, zero cycle is doing the crystal thing. GTX. Wow. Depression.
It's too high.
No! Are you serious right now? Okay.
Yes! I didn't get a cycle! Oh my gosh!
Oh.
I did it! Oh, I did it! I did a zero cycle!
So you pearl now, right?
Oh!
Well,
Go! I did a zero! Let's go!
No way.
As you can see, I was very ecstatic about it. And that is my first ever completed zero cycle in one of these runs. Since then, I think I've done 5 or 6, but most of the times I just get unzeroable seats. But yeah, that was my first zero cycle, and that was very cool. As you can see, that's what a zero cycle looks like. Before the dragon perches, you build up onto a pillar and kill it while it's circling in the air, which is really cool. Also,
Wait, let me just check.
Also, on run 240, I had...
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, there's still nothing.
On run 240, I had this nice little housing bastion that really hated me, so it only gave me 5 pearls. Also, Christmas chests. This was played during Christmas time. Or around Christmas. I don't know, just make your mind about it.
What?
I don't know what that was. I should have taken fall damage or landed in the boat, but it didn't either. But anyways, I don't know why I'm looting these chests. Not really much for me here, other than a lot of angry piglins. But, you know, the terrain to this fort was actually pretty good. I didn't have a lot of pearls, but it wasn't too bad.
Nice.
I can only throw 4 pearls just because of my situation. But it was only 20 chunks away, and the 20 chunks was all pretty nice. My stream quality is really good right now, actually.
Yeah, major elbows.
But you see over there on the left, there is indeed like a way to get to there. For some reason, I keep throwing my pearls. I don't know why. But there's a nice little hole, conveniently provided in the, I don't know, the wall, and just like that, I make it to the fortress. Or now the fortress is visible. So that's really cool. Also, I would like to state the fact that on this run I got like no fire res. Like, if you look at my inventory, there's like not a single fire res potion anywhere. Like I didn't get any fire res trades. Also we have a floating warp thing.
Nice.
And another floating warp thing. But if you notice in my hopper here, there's 19 obsidian. And I usually like 20 obsidian because if you get 20 obsidian, then you can do what's called a double travel, where you make 2 portals in another, and with one you can calculate the exact location of the stronghold, which basically allows you to build another portal in another and be exactly in the stronghold, which looks really cool and is a massive time save. Unfortunately, I got 19, which means I'm 1 obsidian off, which is really sad, because that's 1 obsidian. But this fortress is a warped forest fortress. What a tongue twister. And it's very, very cool, because when I lower my render distance, not a lot of mobs or hostile monsters can spawn in a warped forest. Which means when I lower my render distance, more fortress mobs will spawn and less endermen will spawn. And a lot of blazes spawn in these small corridors. In addition, I want to go towards the loot area of the fortress, which is an area where there's chests. Because those chests have a chance of containing obsidian. And I also decide to lower my resistance so I can actually get some mob spawns while I'm running around the fortress and hopefully get that lovely 20 obby time save. So I'm trying to run and find the loot part of the fort, and a lot of nice little blazes and etc. are spawning in, so it's really, really cool. Anyways, just look at this. Like, the power of low RD mob spawns is insane. Just look how many blazes I have on screen here. Like, there's 4 blazes or something right here. My axe broke, sadly. But, you know, shovels can do the trick. And I basically just start shoveling these blazes to death, which is really painful.
Give me a chest.
But, oh well. Fortunately, I need chests, and I find one. There's nothing in that one. I find one. There's nothing in this one either. And what's really funny is that, oh, there's a blazer skeleton. Not good. What's also really funny about this is that I don't have freaking an axe, and I don't want to, although I am kind of in a warp forest, I could realistically just grab a tree, but like, I don't want to. So, I put these guys in a boat, which means they basically are immobile, and they can't attack me. And I finally realized, you know what, I probably should just craft a freaking axe. It's not hard. And I do exactly that. So yeah, and also I have a disgusting amount of iron for like no reason. And there's not a single fortress chest. Will I get 20 obsidian? We shall find out. Well, there's a wither skeleton guarding this chest. Means there's something good in it, right? Nope. But finally, after all these years, I find a chest. Is it the one that gives me obsidian? Yes, it is!
Okay, wait.
And just like that, I have my 20 obsidian. Yeah! Anyways, the run was pretty simple. I just did normal stuff and beat the run.
There's a lava pool
Anyways, there were 2 lava pools that spawned.
One. Okay.
Because why not?
Let's go.
And there also was a village kind of far in this direction. So, of course, me being a village enjoyer, I went over to the village.
There's a one yours.
The chests were horrendous. Also large fern. Very cool. Other than this chest, which was very above average.
I don't need that potato, bro.
But other than that, there was not a single. There were like 5 houses in this whole village. No iron golem and no blacksmith, which is very below average for a Taiga village. So yeah, a very massive L. And I had to just go into this water lake. Let me just search out the bowling iron thing. What was the? Do you know what the bowling iron is? And I did the bowling iron strat.
I need to remember this, dude. This will still go to me.
Unfortunately, on this run, I entered really slowly because of that really bad village that I spent a ton of time going to. And what was really funny is that this seed actually was pretty nice. Also, I blew up a fossil slightly. And I thought this was a divine, and it actually was. So that's pretty cool. So I got my divine travel. But I saw this fortress right over there, and what was really interesting is over this hill was the bastion, so that was pretty cool. So we have a fashion, as I have stated in this video before, 2 structures close together. Lovely bow clutch. But yeah, it was very, very nice to have these 2 structures next to each other. So although I did have divine, notice that none of the divine chords are kind of close to where I am, right? I'm in the negative positive quadrant and very positive, right? If we look at the negative, the one for negative X here, the nearest one is negative Z, so I'm like about 400 blocks from that. This one is double positive, which is even worse. I mean, I guess I'm 200 blocks away from this one, because I could just decrease my Z a bit. The other one is just not even close in terms of Z, that's just on the opposite side of the moon. So none of these divine coordinates are really useful to me, which is kind of sad. So I decided instead to go to the second ring of strongholds, because I know for a fact that if I travel to the first ring, I'm kind of just far. I don't know if this was a correct play, because I was kind of close to the next ring, but I could have just traveled the 200 blocks, as I stated before, to one of the blind coordinates. I think because I did this very stupid play, the game kind of punishes me here, because I get a 2k blind. Like, there is a 2/3 chance that the stronghold is 2,000 blocks away. In fact, there's a chance it's 2,500 blocks away, which is absolutely disgusting. And I run into a snowy beach next to a desert because that is normal biome generation, I guess.
Luckiest thing ever.
But luckily it's an ocean, meaning it dolphins, and I don't have to pearl to travel, and I can just travel really quickly. So kind of a nice little thing here. The correct chunk or offset or whatever, the correct stronghold distance ended up being the first one, which was 2,000 blocks away. So 2,000 block blind at good, so-called good blind coordinates is very unlucky, and it's kind of just a massive loss for me. But yeah, just very unlucky blind. At least it wasn't a 2.5k one. If it was 2.5k, I would have beaten my worst blind record, which would have been kind of cool, but actually that's not really cool. On this run, I attempted the 0 cycle again. And will I hit the back-to-back 0 cycle? Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, okay. It's safe, just go to like 99 and stuff. Did it mess? Oh, it flew away, didn't it? It did. Okay.
So I first messed up the first bed. If you look at my first bed here, it did no damage because the dragon was actually 1 node higher than it should have been. I should have waiting for it to fly around and swing again, but I blew it up kind of early. Not that bad, but if I would have waited, it wouldn't have worked regardless. There is a % chance for the dragon to fly away when I do a 0 cycle, and it happened to be on this seat that it would fly away on Y90. So the 0 cycle would never have worked out anyways, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, I kind of failed, kind of didn't fail the 0, and yeah, unlucky. It's purely luck. It's nothing I can do to like make it like higher than 90. I could stack up to like 94, but then I wouldn't have had enough time because it kind of like my first pearl was a bit low. So if I went up to 94, I avoid the 90 like chance to fly away, but then I don't hit the 0 because I die. On my next run, I had a decently close fortress, so I decided to go ahead and use my pie chart strategy, which is a way to detect the exact chunk of a mob spawner. So I need 2 readings of the pie chart at different locations.
Oh wow, good job,
Skeleton. To make the strategy work, I do my first reading and I go off to the side here and do my second reading, which unfortunately requires me to relog because if it's within 5 chunks, it will not go away. But luckily for me, I get my second reading, and I know that the exact chunk of the spawner is -8, 9. I actually messed up the math there, but it's -8, 9. And so anyways, if you notice about this terrain here, also the gold boot sleigh, there is no path to the fortress, right? You can see that this pathway over here leads nowhere. The fortress is just not visible. So I go around here to see if it's there.
Where's the fortress?
It unfortunately just isn't. I see it's -8, 9, right? So it means it's right to my left. There's no viewable fortress blocks anywhere, so I just dig through the wall.
Okay.
And sure enough, once I get to the 8 and 9 chunk,
I'm too smart.
I find the blaze
So
spawner.
good.
And if you check here, this is the chunk border. I don't know what those block placements were. They just really don't help.
My strat is just too OP.
I find the blaze spawner just like that,
You
just
almost
exactly in the
strategy.
blaze spawner. Wonderful, beautiful. It's a great strat. You guys should learn it. Next on the speedrun agenda is to go to a bastion. So I put the video in 2x speed here,
Right.
just so you can
The
admire
terrain
the
is-
amazing terrain. So the bastion is in this general direction,
And the terrain to get there is just simply incredible. Like, just look at this. Like, it's flat, it's open, it's it's so good. And just keep running. It's just flat. It's completely flat.
Dude. So far away. Sexy, man.
There's no walls or anything. There's not even hills, or like almost no hills at all. I suck at the game, but look at that. I just simply walk right over to the bastion. It's a little bit of bridging that is required, but who really cares? Jump over here, and sure enough,
What?
nice.
No,
Random gas.
Swans, dude. Screw you.
Bastion is right up ahead. This is still flat. The ground is still completely flat. And there the bastion is. Look at that. That is the best nether terrain you probably have ever seen. Like, it's so rare to have a nether that's just completely flat ground. Like, that's incredible, honestly. Like, this seed was juice. While I was in the end dimension, I got bored of waiting the dragon to perch. So I started shooting at that random cage tower over there. And to my absolute shock and surprise, I actually hit it.
Wait, I hit it. What? Huh.
So the way you need to do that is so because of the cage bars, you can shoot an arrow up in the air. Say like my head is a tower, right? If you shoot like this, it'll hit the cage iron bars and not hit the crystal. But if you shoot upwards, there's gaps in the iron bars that allow you to hit the crystal. And I somehow managed to shoot a shot that went up and down straight into the cage, which was really impressive, honestly.
I actually hit the
And the dragon was so impressed by my shot that it perched shortly after. And I did some good damage with the bed. If you look at that height is like really cool. But like 1, 2, and 3, it almost killed the dragon. Like jeez, almost 3-bedded, which is insane. Because the crystal I shot did some damage to the dragon as well. It was just really cool.
Dude, the 3-bed. Oh my gosh.
So the 3 plus 1, which is like pretty rare. But yeah, that height was also just perfect. Everything was just perfect. What a very cool seed. Anyways, this one was absolutely hilarious. So normally in a normal speedrun where I don't have caves on the surface, I'll dig down to like lava level. So this way I task overlap going to a lava pool, because usually in the overworld you don't have lava pools or caves normally spawning. So I start digging down to lava level while I try to find iron, because where there's lava or there's underground, there might be caves or just iron in general. So I dug down all the way from Y like 60-ish to Y11, which is where lava is, and I found not a single piece of iron. And then I went around in a cave and looked around and didn't find a single piece of iron until I explored like half the whole cave. And I finally got my 8 iron and went back, which was really funny. Like I dug past a whole lava pool and everything and still didn't find it. But finally I almost got lost here because I used diorite, but I kind of remember that. But finally, look how much I dug. Like, I dug past all this lava. I dug through here and all the way down here. Look how far I dug. Like, there's my water, which I dug all the way down to Y11 with. And if I'll swim up my water. I found gold, by the way. And look how many blocks I dug, and not a single iron ore was here, which was just really sad. So as I enter the nether, and the first thing I see, I shot an arrow for no reason, is, I don't know if it's normal to get 2 terrible fortresses. Seems kind of weird. I don't think you're supposed to get 2 of them, but I just went straight smack dab in a fortress. Just very, very average. I think at this point it was muted or something, because I'm using my mouse to talk. Like my movements. But I made myself a nice good old shield. And I have 16 steak, and I am just chilling. That is the most useless chest I've seen in my life. But I just wanted a fortress, and it's... life is good. Life is actually not good. I come up here to see 2 blazes here, right? Pretty simple, I can just take them out. But I come around here, there's another blaze, which instantly melees me for some reason. And the blazes behind me shoot me. And now there's an issue. There's a blaze on my left, which they can shoot me, because the shield can only cover 180 degrees. There's one blaze here and one blaze here, which is pretty much a straight line. So, I can't block their fireballs, right? Which means I am going to die, most likely. So I somehow block everyone's fireballs. I quickly ate a steak. I almost died, but I just dropped down, which is the correct play, because all these hallways are bound to have, like, stuff in them. So I just quickly dropped down to avoid dying, which is pretty smart. But yeah, that was just kind of a very massive L in the fortress, just giving like 20,000 mobs to deal with off spawn. Yeah, the fortress just did not want me to live. Anyways, while on the topic of zero cycles, I almost got a zero this run, got very close, but unfortunately, the dragon flew away, and also messed up block placement up. But the dragon here, just flew away instantly. It's again the percent chance. Oh, it didn't fly away. Yeah, it just fly away. It's again the percent chance that's pretty stupid. Nothing I can do about it really. It's just a thing. Yeah, I missed a zero. I had a pretty good setup. I recovered I actually messed up the first obby pretty bad, but I recovered pretty well. It was generally played pretty nicely. I dodged both the fireballs here as well, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was a fun zero. I just failed, unfortunately. 1 point. Anyways, the next run was very, very strange because I had a zombie dungeon right next to me. And I just went ahead and, as you can see here, I dug a little hole. Yeah. And as you can see, oh, the baby zombie jumped to my 1v1. Holy crap. Luckily, I have this area over here where I can just punch it to death. Try to get some crits in, which I do. Look at that. Oh! And I have this little hole here, so I can crit them out. And then I suddenly get... I put them down the hole like that. So they all fall into the hole, because I realized that my pickaxe is not going to be able to kill the zombies. So I drop them all into the hole like that. Now they're insignificant. Now they can't do anything about it. Enderman also falls in there. And all the mobs are trapped in the hole. I can now ignore them. I don't need to kill them or anything. And I am just chilling. That was a pretty good play from me. And also, as you can see above, there's also lava dripping. I had a lava pool under me as well, which is insane. Anyways, I was chilling here in this blaze fight. I had full health. Two blaze spawn ahead of me, and this blaze decides to clip the top of my head and go through my shield, which is great. But luckily for me, I can simply kill these guys, right? No, 4 more blazes spawn at once, and they all decide to fly straight up in the air, which is like a percent chance to happen. And you see this blaze is not flying up in the air, that blaze is not flying up in the air. 2 of them do, and this puts them in prime position for them to clip my head. I can't really do anything against it. So this tree, by the way, is massive, but that's unrelated. These blazes fly up, and they're in prime position to clip my head, which they do. I now have 3 hearts. What I do is I just box myself up, eat my steak, and just vibe. And from here I can go through like this, and then just crit them out through the hole. Unfortunately I can't reach any of them, so I probably just block it back. I quickly mined the spawner because I realized I had 7 rods. I actually went 7 for 7 on blazes, I believe, or 7 for 8, I think, which is extremely rare. It's a 1 in 7 in 128, I think, chance, which is pretty rare, but unfortunately I almost got killed, but I clutched it up. Anyways, this end fight is very interesting. I finished shooting down all the crystals and pearl, and the dragon perches. This is a perch. I know it because the hitbox like changes very rapidly. The dragon spins around really quickly. See the perch instantly, and I pearl back to the fountain. It's super low, but I catch it just in time. Oh, I don't. Oh my gosh, what an idiot. I could have just blown up the bed right there and then, and it would have been a really cool 1 cycle, sub 30 and everything. But I'm just garbage. Very cool. Good job, Random 1785. Congratulations. I do have a really nice bed though. And there are almost no crystals left. Yeah. There's like 2 or 3 or something. I don't really care. It's actually loud. Holy crap. But yeah, that's fun. Great perch from the dragon. Misplay by me. Luckily, the thing has like no health when I shoot down both the cage towers pretty quickly. And now it's just me and the dragon. And a few seconds later, it perches, and I do a nice little 3 bad 1 cycle, right? Oh, 2 plus 1 1 cycle. Very, very cool. And yeah. 2 plus 1 1 cycle. Usually the max is 3 plus 1. That's pretty cool. Look at this lava pool. It's insane. Yeah. Very, very cool. And yeah. That was a very, very nice seed. Very, very fun. Yeah. And I think I'll be ending the video there. It's probably not, this might be like an hour long at this point. Thank you so much for watching. And goodbye.